I do not know beneath which sky or where you'll challenge fate. I only know it will be high. I only know it will be great. Isn't that wonderful? She's such a positive person. You know, everything she said was positive and encouraging and wanting us to achieve and do more. And she has so much faith in us. Isn't that wonderful to have the, what I want to say, the person who started the company that we're involved in to be so caring and so warm. So that was kind of cool. So, any comments about that wonderful poem? Have you heard it before?
Yes.
I have. It's one of my favorites.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we probably need to get started here. First of all, I want to recognize our wonderful directors who go every week. They are providing us an ability to learn more and to challenge us. And so a big thank you to our directors. And we all know our directors. We have Judy Roman. You're looking lovely tonight in pink, Judy.
Thank you.
Centra
Hanish.
Hanish.
You got it.
Wow. Well, my maiden name is Minershagen, so people were always asking me how to pronounce it, but yay, I got it. Jessica Harvey. Okay. And of course, my favorite director of all times is Donna Bay Scott. She is a wonderful director. She's always helping us to learn more, challenge us, and Donna, we really appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. I wrote that script for her. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Well, I'm so glad you're all here, and I know some more are going to pop on as we continue on. But just a few reminders: PCP is open for summer, so they don't have the spring lookbooks yet, but the summer ones are available to order. So you want to put your customers on that. I think next month, the middle of next month, sometime is when that closes. So it just opened up, I think, on the 16th. Double credit for team building is on until March 31st, and we have the $10 starter kits. So the new team members that come in this month can get started for $10. When I started 48 years ago, it was $75. So what a deal. And then, as everybody learned at Career Conference, we are getting new foundations. And so you want to start looking at your inventory of foundations and start figuring out how you can move those off the shelf. Maybe buy one, get one at half price, buy two, get one free, something like that, as a special promotion to the people that use those foundation colors now, to get ready for the new ones. So we'll have more training on that as it gets closer. If I left out any announcements, directors kind of cover them in your unit meetings, but we're going to go on with our recognition real quick. These ladies, I'm so proud, and give a wave when I call your name. These ladies actually filled out their recognition for tonight. It's like doing your book work. And I'm so proud of Lisa Schreck, Becky Osborne, Peggy Richmond, Sherry Rice, Stephanie King, Jenny Halstenberg, Marianne Lamastus, Jean Adler, and Gina Hubler. So yay to those gals. Just for Mary Kay always said, the week isn't over until the paperwork's done. And this is the paperwork. And now we want to recognize career chats. And with this month being double credit and this month being a special deal on the $10 starter kits, Lisa Schreck did 4 career chats this week. So yay, Lisa.
Woohoo.
And Peggy Richmond did 1 this past week. And that's incredible. So now moving on to facials, Sherry Rice had 2 guests at once. She did a double facial and had $154 in sales. Give her a big shout out. And Becky Osborne had one, and her sales were $118 on that one facial. Peggy Richmond had two. One was 58 and one was 116. So woohoo for those. And Lisa Schreck also had a new face this past week. It was interesting because we didn't have a single party held, but that could be because we were in career conference overload this past week, everybody going to their various locations. But we did have some great weeks of sales. So $300 weeks is where it's at. That if you do that consistently, you're a star consultant every quarter. So we want to recognize these gals. Sherry Rice had a $444 week. And as I call your name, just unmute yourself. And Sherry, what can you tell us about your week?
I had a great week in spite of some challenging moments during the week. I did some two sisters, and one of them got started on the skincare set. The other one bought the charcoal mask and a silicone, one of our bougie silicone masking brushes. That's what I call them. They're so amazing. And then what else? Oh, I had reorders. I had $280 in reorders. And I also wanted to share, I don't know if I'm doing it too early, but one of my team members is on the meeting tonight. Yvette Holloway is on here. She's one of my new team members. So I'm
Let's
super
give a
happy.
shout out to her.
Yes, excited to have her. Yvette. Oh, okay.
Yes,
She's on
ma'am.
there. Hey, Yvette. Thank you for
Hi,
being on.
everyone.
We are so glad you're here. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
And Sherry, you had two team members in a week, so congrats on that also.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, thank you.
All right, good job. So she's taking advantage of sharing with her friends and customers about the $10 starter kit. That's great. Okay, let's go. Thank you, Sherry. Peggy Richmond, you had a $510 week this past week.
I did. You know, it turns out that we have these customer lists. And they buy stuff from us if we call them. So I was doing my just checking up, you know, do I have the right address? When's the last time they ordered? Doing a little love calls to all these folks. And, you know, I come up with about, I don't know, $428 and a facial out of that. And so it pays to pay attention to your customers.
Fantastic. So, Peggy, just quickly, what would you say? How much time did you spend this past week in order to sell $510?
I think it was 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours?
Yeah, because
And
I was might not have been on the phone that whole time, but I'm doing stuff, paperwork. So
yeah,
I count that in there.
2.5 hours to make to sell 510, and the profit is 250 something ish. You know, it's any other job that pays that well is usually illegal. Okay, Becky
Right.
Osborne, she's our queen tonight with $608. So Becky, tell us about your week real quick. How much time did you work?
Reorders and one double, well, a single facial. Other person showed up, but she didn't want to do anything. So I called a facial. And it was actually the week before, or maybe the week before, that I actually called everybody on my PCP and didn't talk to anybody, but left them messages. And then they all ended up ordering last week. So probably a total of, I don't know, doesn't take very long to put together a couple of orders, drop them off when I'm going somewhere, or put them in the mail. So, I mean, that part maybe just, you know, I don't know, 3 hours or so.
Awesome. What a great side gig to make some great money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, now I have the honor of recognizing someone who's been working. She's focused on, she's been focusing on building her team, and that is Lisa Schreck. So today, we celebrate Lisa, a woman who didn't just build a team, she's starting to build momentum. She began with one team member back in September, and then she added another one in October. And in one powerful week, this past week, she welcomed 3 new team members. So that is a bronze medal. And today she added her fourth team medal in the month of March. I mean, the fourth team member. And so she's now at silver medal. She's got till the end of March to actually get a gold medal. So, woo, Lisa, I am so excited. Gold medals are tracked forever in Mary Kay, and it's also listed always on In Touch. So that will, if you make it to gold medal, it will be there for your entire time that you're in Mary Kay. So it's a big deal. Lisa didn't just do that in the month of March, she did it in 1 week. So today we recognize something that's even deeper. You are standing, Lisa, at the threshold of Red Jacket Club. Red represents passion, and you've shown passion. Red represents courage, and you definitely have shown courage. And red represents leadership, and you're already walking in that leadership. The title of Star Team Builder in the Red Jacket Club may have to wait until you have 3 or more team members who are active, but the heart of a Red Jacket is already yours. And Lisa, as soon as you have 3 active team members, Mary Kay will send you a special email with the link to order your official red jacket, and it will have a 50% discount on it with that link. So be watching for that when you have your 3 active. So congratulations. I can't wait to have you take that Star Team Builder oath. I know it's going to be coming soon. So Lisa, would you just take a real quick second and introduce the team members that you have on tonight?
Yes, I would love to. And thank you, ladies, for being here so much. So I have Jen Hansen. Can you see her? Give a wave, Jen. She's a consultant of mine, not a brand new one, but I'm still going to introduce her. She's been introduced before, but in case you missed it. And then I have Julie Keller. So give a wave, Julie. And then Shelly Keller is here.
Hey, Shelly.
I think that's everybody.
All right.
Here right now.
So we are so excited for you and so excited for the team that you're building, and they're brand new and we're excited about it. So thank you, Teresa, for opening for us. And now we have consultants that went to career conference. We had them last week in certain places, and this past weekend, we had them in other places. So if you went to career conference this past weekend, we want you to share a tidbit. And Lisa, I'll let you start because you have to go real quickly to take your husband to the hospital. So
yes,
we're talking multitasking here.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. So career conference, it was really awesome. And one of the things that I'll tell you 2 quick things. One of the things was a neat tip about when you're doing any social media type posting and making content, just whatever you're doing, you can build content. But she gave us an Amazon link to the little vanity that she uses that's got lighting on it. And so it gives a great picture and all of that. So that was kind of cool. That was fun. But something that really stood out to me was the 5 Ps. And Jenny and I were trying to remember which speaker that was. So I can't remember who it was, but the 5 Ps, and I don't have time to explain each one. It was things like plug into your business and power faces of 30 and things. But I wanted to focus in on the prayer because it really ties into, the team building that I recently did. And that was, she said it's important to pray into your business and pray about your business. And true story. So I had my dream team, and my girls know me. Of course, I'm going to get emotional. But anyway, I had my little notebook with my dream team, the gals that I would love to have on my team. And I do pray about it. And so that just reiterated how important it is. And it's like, God, please lead me to share with the ladies whose lives this will bless. And remind me that it's their journey, not mine. So get a hold of myself here. And so that's just really important to me because, if we don't share the opportunity, then it's like we're keeping this gift away from other ladies, and we know how it's blessed us. And really, once it's in their court, they can make of it what they like. But that's what led me to keep sharing and not be afraid. I'm a little emotional right now because most of you know, but with the hospital things. So my husband's got some health things going on right now. And that's another thing, is this is such a great family and system of support. And so that's what I was reminded of at Career Conference.
And now you just made all of us emotional. So,
Sorry.
okay. Who is next? Thank you, Lisa. And we know if you have to hop off, and then you usually stay on in the car and stuff too, but we understand. Okay. Who wants to go next? Okay. Go for it, Jenny.
Oh, okay. I'm under Isabel's name because she just became a consultant and I didn't have time to get home. And so I'm like, hurry, we're getting on a Zoom. One of the things, Daniel Kent brought her vanity from home and used it as a prop. And that was nice because she showed us that it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be new. Use what you have. And she also used that as a time management segment because she talked about how she makes her videos. And I've watched her videos and it seems like they're just perfect. And she talked about, oh, you want to go to a different product. Well, let's take off this shirt and now we have a new outfit. Oh, change your earrings, and nobody knows that you just did it in 20 minutes and you made 5 different videos. And I thought that was really smart because it's like, how often do you want to make a video at the end of your day, but you have to go and make yourself all pretty and do it all just to do the video? And I thought, gosh, that makes a lot of sense to do it all at once. Who would have thought? The other thing that I was just so blessed with was having the opportunity to get to sit with Susan McCoy and Heather Daniel Kent and just really be blessed by their presence and the way that Susan McCoy just sat there with her big, beautiful eyes and just gazed and listened. It was like a reminder, because I am always interrupting people and I'm really trying hard not to be an interrupter. And it just reminded me that that's the kind of leader I want to become, is somebody that listens and doesn't interrupt. And I know I get excited and that's why I interrupt, but I need to start listening better. And it was a really nice time. I loved seeing Stephanie's beautiful smile. It was so nice to see it there in person, and just to uplift each other and remind each other that, we all have our little difficulties, but when we come together, we're just a committed family to supporting each other. And that's all I have. And I do want to introduce real quick my new consultant, Isabel. We tried hooking up the translator and it didn't work. And just kudos to her for taking a step out. And she said, thank you for believing in me. And I told her, thank you for trusting me, because this is a huge step. And I'm so blessed to have her in my life. And as she is blessed to have me. So anyway.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. Okay, Stephanie, how about you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but one of the things that really jumped out to me was you don't see the dollar signs. You love what you do, and then you love on women. Oftentimes I go into, doing facials and I'm thinking, how much product are they going to buy? But it's not about that, it's about sisterhood. I think I went to my first career conference in 2008. I joined in February, and I think I went to one in Topeka in June, and then I did the seminar, the big to do. And I think from what I got out of it this time was more training. I think the first time it was like, wow, look at the ladies, the diamonds and the accolades and all of that. But this time around, I left that weekend, my head was spinning. It was so much information. But it's about the sisterhood, to see all of the women come together and love each other, support each other in prayer. And one of the things that really stuck out to me was I don't have to be perfect, just do it. I think there was one time I had a facial and I was so embarrassed or upset because I had a zit on my face. And I'm thinking, how am I going to be, doing a facial or whatever? And I'm not perfect. Well, I don't have to be, and I'm not perfect. God says that He's equipped me to do this. And one of the ladies said, God has equipped and called you to do this. Turn off all the noise, including the Mary Kay noise, and take one idea that I've learned this week and apply it. I don't have to do everything, because it was so overwhelming, but I'm just trying to, step out on faith and do one thing at a time. And I was so encouraged when I left there, not to be afraid of the no's, not to be, just step out and do it and then allow God to do the rest. So I'm so thankful that I stepped out and did this, and hopefully this won't be my last one. So yeah.
Congratulations. Okay, who else went? Who's next?
I went. It's
Okay,
Jenny.
Jenny.
Yeah, I heard a lot. Really, there was nothing new, but just things you need to hear again and again. We're in a service industry, and so we need to have a service mentality, and it's about building the relationships, not necessarily about, like Stephanie said, the dollar signs in your eyes. Being authentic, consistent, and honest, finding your strengths and applying them. They talked a lot about social media. Obviously, social media is the way people are buying products. And Heather Daniel Kent, I think, said social media is a savings account, not an ATM. So you kind of build into it, and then when you need it, you make a withdrawal. Let's see, mistakes that hurt sales, being an order taker, not upselling. She said, what else? At the end, she filling out the sales ticket, and instead of saying, is that all what else? What else do you need? Assuming no is never. Talking instead of listening, like Stephanie said, turning it into how can I help? And not asking for the sale. Just ask for it, and they're just wondering how they can buy it. So we need to tell them. But it was a fabulous weekend. It was wonderful.
Yes, it was. Who else have I covered everybody that was at the one that I was at? I don't want to miss anybody. Okay, my one thing that I heard in a director's meeting that I thought was such a good reminder. And this gal said that she turned off TV this past year, or I don't know if it was in this past year or the last couple years, but this was her big key to success. She said, we no longer watch TV. I think she even canceled her cable. She said there's nothing good that you need to know on TV. And she said it will depress you, it will anger you, it will whatever. And she said when she got rid of television, her income immediately went up $20,000 that year. And it reminded me back when I went to church, I went to my Bible study, and this lady said, and this was several years ago, turn off TV. She said, just play music if you need noise. And I was single at the time. I needed noise in the house. And so I remember her saying that. And so I tried to turn off TV and just listen to music. And you can get so much more done because I was constantly turning to listen to my television. So I thought that was interesting. You want a $20,000 increase? Turn off your TV. That's what I learned. Okay, who else has something? All right, if not, let's go to our rooms. Let me open up our rooms and Linda's girls are going to go into Jessica's room. So breakout rooms, hold on. All right, they're all open. So if you can find your thing, find your room. If not, I can put you in there. So if you can't get in.
Because for some reason I'm in my iPad and it does not show my room.
Okay, Centra, I will,
So Sherry, myself, Sherry, can you see?
I'll put Sherry in and
And
Centra, and who else needs to go into a
Yvonne.
room?
And
This is
Yvette, can you put Yvette in as well? Donna,
Yes, I can do that.
please, thank you.
Sherry, I thought I already put you in a room. Okay.
And Donna, this
there
is
she
Gina
goes.
Hubler. Can I get into Jessica's room? I'm on my cell phone here.
Gina is Gena?
Yes, correct.
Yes. Into whose room?
Jessica Harvey's.
Okay, gotcha.
Thank you.
All righty. Bye-bye, ladies.
Bye. Okay. Donna, you're still here.
And Deetra's still here. Deetra? Oh.
Okay. And is Peggy still with us?
We lost Peggy.
We lost Peggy.
Doggone it. Okay. Hi, Marianne.
Hi.
And hi, Joyce. I see Joyce on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on mute. Joyce, you're on mute.
And hi, Stacia.
Hi, Stacia.
Hello, friend.
You look all pretty
Okay.
tonight.
Yes. Well, I hope Peggy comes back on. All right. I want to thank Becky and Marianne and Peggy for turning in their weekly accomplishment sheets. That's a good sign. And that's a good person and a great consultant. You've got to do your book work. So for those of you, and I'm telling you, even if you have a 0 week, I really would, I'm encouraging you to turn in that weekly accomplishment sheet. You just, the discipline of doing that and knowing that that's part of your week is very, very important. Okay. Also,
Can I say something? Can I say
yes.
something real quick?
Yes.
So I really did put my goal on a piece of paper. Actually, I put it on a sticky note so I could move it from page to page in my planner instead of having it on one page in my, anyway, and I hit my goal.
Well, I know that works, but a sticky note seems like really small.
No, it was a bigger sticky note.
Okay, good.
It was a bigger one. So,
So
then I put
thinking,
600.
this little one. All right. Yeah.
It's a big one. And then I kept subtracting my orders from it. Yeah.
Yes. And it's fun, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That as you see yourself marching towards your goal.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's just wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. But did anyone else do that this past week?
I put the number on there.
Uh-huh.
I didn't do well. I was not focused, and I had other things that were going on, and I don't have any good excuse other than I didn't have time for Mary Kay.
You didn't make time. Okay. But that's, part of the beauty of the business. So, when you write it down, at least you wrote it down and you sold something.
You need to write it down and do something with it, though.
Yes, absolutely. Make some phone calls.
Yeah.
Also, the other thing I want to talk about is how many of you are into the book Let Them. I know Becky has it, and
I have.
I've decided.
I have the book too.
I just
Okay, have you,
get the audio. I have the book, but if I think I get the audio, I'll get through it instead of.
yeah, I love the
That's what I
audio
do.
because
Yeah.
the author is just, she reads it and it's really, really good.
Okay.
And one of the things that one of the things that I listened to where I am in the book, I actually finished it. I'm going to listen to it again. That's how good I think it is. But one of the things she talked about was adult relationships. And I thought that was extremely interesting. And she explained relationships, from when you were little and how they are and how they change and evolve over time. And I think that that's really important. And it might signal somebody that maybe you want to talk to that you haven't talked to in a while. Wouldn't that be nice? So Becky, where are you in the book, or have you finished it?
I finished it and now I'm just kind of going back every once in a while and hitting the because I'm listening to like 2 other books. So I just go back and listen to part of it once in a while when I'm in the car.
Okay,
But
so
something happened and I was like, I can't remember what it was, but it was something pretty major. And I'm like, just let them. I don't care. Let them. This is me. This is not them. This is me.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a huge reliever of stress
Mhm.
when you realize that no matter, well, here's the other thing that it was very prone to our business about motivation, and that you cannot motivate anybody. And I've known that. So, you can encourage people, but they're not going to make any changes, because as humans, we are drawn to what makes us feel good and is easy. That's it. And so until you find the pain in your current way of doing things, you're not going to be motivated to change anything. And so I hope that you're feeling pain with where you might be right now so that you are motivated to change, because there's always something that you could do and you resist doing it, or you just don't do it. So those are the things that are going to make a difference in your career. And we used to have a segment when I was holding in-person meetings called Seize the Moment. And that got to be so much fun, because people would say, I saw this girl and I seized the moment and I talked to her and I got her name and number and now I have an appointment with her. And so you're more willing, because you're playing this game with yourself, to talk to someone. Does anybody have anything like that that's happened recently that they can talk to about? All right, well, I want you to seize the moment this week. I want you to actually say something to somebody. You've thought of it, do it.
Maybe when I was listening to the girls talking about retiring and their age, and I said something to them about I was older than they were.
Right.
So that's kind of seizing the moment, I guess.
Yes, when you could say something that would make a difference and have an impact, definitely, rather than just sitting there thinking it and not voicing it. Okay. All right, Stacia, talk to me about what went on with your week this week.
I had a great week. One of the cool things that I did is I did a table at a ladies' night event. So I got all these names that I've been calling today.
Okay.
Cool.
And results?
It's been really overwhelmingly actually amazing. And part of what I did is I had those those wooden roses
You-
there.
Oh,
And I bought a $10 gift card to the establishment that I was at.
okay, good.
And I said, they would come up and I would say, hey, would you like to win a $10 gift card to Close Mentor, the store that I was at? And you also receive a $10 from me. And
And
so
they signed up.
they signed up. So I have over 25 names here.
Cool.
And the fun thing is, a lot of them, I ask them questions. Have you used Mary Kay before? And you get some of the typical answers. Oh yeah, I'm allergic. But I got a lot of people who marked on here, I have used Mary Kay and need a Mary Kay consultant. Or
Oh,
yes,
excellent.
I would love to be entered into a makeover contest.
Okay, so 24-hour follow-up.
Yeah. Well, what I did with all of them is I asked them when's the best time to call them. And that was like Thursday night. And I had a full day Friday. So I said, when is the best time to call you starting Sunday? So they answered that for me, and that's what I'm working on.
Okay, so one of the things that you would want to do to connect with them even before you call them is to text them.
Yes. Oh, I
Looking
did do
forward to
that.
talking to you.
I did do that.
Okay,
on Friday.
good. Okay, now where did you get this idea?
Well, I work at Clothes Mentor. It's a ladies consignment shop, and they do a ladies night once a quarter. So I asked if I could set up a table.
Okay, okay, excellent, excellent. I was shopping this week with my granddaughter, who's starting her 3rd trimester, and we discovered there's no place that sells maternity clothes.
There's one store.
Well, we could, we were online and all this kind of stuff. And so we just wandered into this store, where we were shopping in one store and went next door. And we're very successful. I told her I was going to take her and buy her maternity clothes because I can still remember how bad I wanted them when I was pregnant. You just feel like a sack of rocks. And so that just cheered me up. So I've done that for my daughter, my daughter-in-law, and now my granddaughter. And so, today's clothes, they just put on today's clothes and they bulge in them. And that's the fashion. So surprisingly, we found about $700 worth of clothes.
Where were you when I was pregnant with the boys?
Huh?
Where were you when I was pregnant with the boys?
Oh yeah.
I had 2 outfits that I swapped back and forth with.
Yeah.
I will never wear those clothes again after I got out.
Well, yeah, you wear them out. But anyway, we got a couple of things, and she took them home and showed them to Honey Nick. And she said, but I saved one that he couldn't see because I'm saving it for date night. And it was really a stunning dress. So that was a very happy thing. And then she took me to lunch. So we had a perfect grandmother-granddaughter day. But I was shocked to find out that there's no place that they sell maternity clothes. So I see you must
Macy's
all
doesn't.
know that.
I'm sorry, Judy.
No,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I'm
Macy's,
sorry. Macy's didn't have any maternity clothes?
nobody. And even Nordstrom's, I was at Nordstrom's and I asked, because I went to the mall, the day before to see if there would be any place to go. And the gal at Nordstrom said, you have to order them online, but we'll measure you here. So, that took all the fun out of it. But we ended up having a great day, and I wanted to share that with you because I had so much fun. And that was a highlight for my week. How many? Well, let's see. I know Peggy and Becky have already ordered this month the 300 because where I'm having this drawing, you guys. But you have to have at least a 300 wholesale order to get your name in for the drawing. And a $300 order gets your name in 3 times. Becky has in over 1,000 this month already. So she's got like 10, 11 entries in. And if she wins, that's the whole jackpot right there. So
Come on, you guys, come on. Judy doesn't want to give me $1,000.
Sure, and I think what we'll do is, what's the Monday in our first Monday in April? Or
April 6th.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I want to do it on the Monday night thing, so you all know I'm not cheating. Okay.
Aw.
And
we know you were not cheating.
Orders of 300, don't I?
I think you did too.
Yeah.
And there are a few, but I sent out an email to everybody because there's a lot of like 290 stuff. 287, and I thought, I'm going to tell them they can order and still get their name in for the drawing. So we'll see how that all goes. Okay, so for goals for this week,
Can I share something I'm going to do?
I wish you would.
That I think everybody would love. Hold on, I gotta find it. My adoptee director gave us this text message that somebody used this weekend. And it's to promote my shop, right? Which they're talking about doing. This is what the text message says. I'd love to get your honest opinion on my new website platform. The first 25 customers who try out the Mirror Me experience and send me their screenshot will get a $20 gift certificate. And this person who did it had a $2,100 weekend from her My Shop from sending out that text message. So do you want me to say it again?
Yep.
Okay. Or I could text it to all of you. I've got everybody. I'd love to get your honest opinion of my new website platform. The first 25 customers, and you can change that, who try out the Mirror Me experience, because that's on the app, or whatever they call it now, and send me their screenshot, will get a $20 gift certificate.
The first time.
Yeah. And you can change it to 10. You can change it to 15. You don't have to have 20. What's that?
So you said 20.
What's that? You cut out. What's that?
You said the first 20. I was asking you how many.
First 25 customers who try out the Mirror Me experience and send me their screenshot will get a $20 gift certificate.
Did she say who she sent them to?
Amy's sharing the script. No, I mean, I'm just gonna send it to all my PCP customers and a lot of the young people I have that I've met with and maybe ordered charcoal masks but never really got back to me. I'm gonna send it to them.
Yeah, I would.
I'm gonna send it to everybody. I mean, not everybody, but almost everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, and people that aren't even your customers that you know.
Mm-hmm.